Hi everyone, let's review a bottle and brand that I've seen in some stores, but I've never tried or purchased until now. We're going to review Frank August Small Batch 100 Proof. And what made me purchase it today? Well, I've seen this particular small batch bottle at a liquor store by me where I live for about $85, and I've seen it in another store for a similar price. Today, in Bottle King in North Jersey, near where I work, I saw this for $69. Knowing the prices I saw, what the MSRP is, I kind of felt this was about as low a price as I was going to see, and if I wanted to have it, I should go for it, and so I did. I've seen basically this bottle and the single barrel, which is significantly more meaning in like in the store that I saw it in, whereas the small batch was 85, that was like 130 or something like that. A little pricey, and I really don't have any basis to go on those prices because I've never tried it before. So I figured if I'm going to start with anything, we're going to start with the small batch, and then if I like it, we'll work up from there. So here we are. Love this bottle. Very, very simple bottle, which can also serve as a decanter. The basic details are as follows. It's 100 proof, distilled and aged in Kentucky, so it is sourced from some undisclosed distilleries in Kentucky. Clearly says bottled by Frank August, Bardstown, Kentucky. This brand, Frank August, was founded in 2022 by Jonathan Crocker. I think he was a fashion executive. The approximate age is 4 to 5 years aging. It is blended in, this is truly a small batch, blended in small 10 to 15 barrel batches. And again, this is a very, I call this like no frills, a very plain bottle. I like it. I actually like the simplicity of this, which can serve as a decanter. You can take this label off and you basically have a decanter after this is done, so it's kind of a dual purpose. It's kind of like they basically feel, let the bourbon in the bottle speak for itself. That's kind of how they feel. And they mash bills undisclosed. Let's take care of cracking this nice looking cork here and see what we think. Here we go. Cork pop of this amazing metal cork. All right, very heavy cork. Not so heavy on the cork pop. Okay, that is definitely one of the nicer corks here and one of the heavier ones. Cork pop, I tried it a second time, just as light, but man, is this heavy when you hold it. In any event, color is fairly medium. This is 100 proof. Wouldn't call it dark, wouldn't call it light, sort of in the middle. Let's give it a nose. Definitely getting just some classic vanilla caramel coming out of it. I would say some rye spice. Again, I don't know what the mash bill is, so we would have to guess, based on the taste. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. That is a good pour. Definitely getting, as I got on the nose, it's carrying forward to the palate. Definitely getting bursts of vanilla and caramel. It drinks around 100 proof. Maybe a drop more, but it drinks pretty much what its proof is. But very flavorful. A lot of vanilla caramel. I do get some rice spice. Again, I don't know what the percentage of that is, but there's definitely something in there. This is a very, very, very nice mouthfeel. I would say my suspicion of this, and kind of, confirm now, is this is a really good bottle. I do feel, even at the 69, it may be a little pricey. I kind of like those things I say, like about, we're Peerless. Peerless, some bottles are a little pricey. That's like in the 80s. Honestly, this is the price. This is probably a steal, or at least a really good price at 69, because again, I'm seeing it at $85 and similar in some other stores. So I think, well, that seems to be also with other craft distilleries where some of the prices are a little higher. But I guess in order to be competitive, they also have to have their prices at a certain level to stay afloat and compete with other people. So that would be my only, not even criticism, just observation, that I do think the bottles are a little pricey. Very, very nice bottle, very tasty bottle. I would be curious probably to try the single barrel. Again, it's also a little bit up there in price, but so that would be my only comment on that. For the actual bourbon itself, at first blush, this is a really good one. I can see why a lot of people like it. I think this is extremely tasty, and I'm definitely going to get more into this and give some further reviews as we go along. Cheers.